UAE nationals show their support for the nation's historic second FNC elections. Millions of children affected by the ongoing Pakistan floods. And New Zealand beat France in their Rugby World Cup match. This is 7 National News. In our top story this evening, Emiratis lined up at the 13 polling stations across the UAE today to exercise their voting rights and take part in the second elections to the Federal National Council. In Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, visited the polling station at the World Trade Center. The ruler of Dubai cast his vote and, along with Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai and Chairman of the Dubai Executive Council, and other government officials, checked the flow and process of the elections in the Emirate. Sheikh Mohammed thanked President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan for setting out the path to democracy in the UAE. The ruler of Dubai said that the benefit of this experience is that the Emirati youth are participating in building the nation. The most important thing that we are looking for today is to expand the FNC authority. He also said that today women are the soul of the nation. And across the nation, much attention was focused on voter participation. As early as 8 a.m, UAE nationals residing in Dubai made their way to the polling grounds. Emiratis came early in full force with families and friends in tow as a show of support for the FNC elections. According to them, this is another historic moment for the UAE, which they are proud to be a part of. Many of those who came are first-time voters who expressed their appreciation to exercise the freedom to choose and decide who would represent them, as well as their hopes for the near future.
Changes that we would like to see better schools in these countries. Quality, of course, we're talking quality of schools, and maybe some more equality. I'm talking personally.
I like them to focus on the UAE citizens in general, to let them involve more and more.
Among the voters are a significant number of young people and women. Residents say while they are already pleased at the country's development, there are still issues that need to be addressed. And today, voters and candidates hope that whoever wins will be able to contribute more to the progress of the UAE and its people.
I like to see more women in a very higher level of in the government, outside to present our side, not just to be there, to do something really different, to give us more power in this world, because it's been ruled by man for a long time. So if there is a gap or a place that we could get together to know what we want and what we want to do, and somebody will send that message to our higher people, it will be a good thing.
While residents praised the swift and smooth voting process, many candidates were waiting patiently along the sidelines. After casting their votes, they kept watch of the ongoing elections while standing by for the results.
It doesn't matter if I won or lost. It's the participation in this kind of election is a winning, really. So we are all winners.
I earlier spoke with our correspondent Khadija Salih, who has been stationed at the Dubai World Trade Center throughout the day, keeping a keen eye on the voter turnout.
Mirna, since 7 a.m., we've been seeing a steady stream of voters coming in throughout the day, and the mood here is very optimistic. We spoke to many residents, and since this is relatively new for them, they say this opportunity is giving them a chance to exercise the right to vote, as well as to participate in the ongoing development of the UAE. Of course, as expected, the mood picked up even more when His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE of Dubai, arrived this morning to cast his vote. Right now, voting is still going on, and we are seeing a lot of young people and women this year. Now, while many expressed satisfaction on where the country's at right now. They are also saying that they expect more developments at various sectors and levels. Voters are saying that while they hope their candidates win in the end, they hope that those who will be elected will deliver on their promises.
Over in the capital, the seat of the FNC is no different, with polling booths set up at the Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centre and the Al Jazeera Sports Club. Our correspondent Marvish Khan, who has been based in the nation's capital throughout the day, had more to say on the elections in Abu Dhabi.
So voter turnout here in Abu Dhabi, although there are no official figures of voter turnout, officials say that it is higher than expected, so that's always good because voter turnout means that there's more interest in the political process here in Abu Dhabi in terms of the Federal National Council. Now, 109 candidates are contesting 4 seats, 109 because 8 candidates had dropped out. 4 seats are being contested as part of the democratic process. The other 4 seats are going to be elected by the rulers of the emirate here, so a total of 8 seats that are up for grabs here in Abu Dhabi. What's interesting is that women are actually represented at 46% of the Electoral College, and the Electoral College sits at about 130,000 this time around, as opposed to a very small amount comparatively from 2006. The men-to-women ratio is 48% men and 52% women in the Electoral College. So it's been an interesting process all around. Again, it's officials here are talking about broadening the powers of the FNC. It's being called a parliamentary experiment here today. We've seen all kinds of people coming from all cross-sections of society. I've spoken to a couple of candidates. They're reiterating what their campaign platforms were, and some things that really stood out were women's issues, health and education, and social networking has also played a huge role in the process here in both campaigning and now with the voting process.
Looking to other news now, the Dubai Health Authority recently concluded a week-long campaign aimed at promoting blood donation in the Emirate. According to DHA officials, the goal of the initiative is to jumpstart a culture of regular blood donation to increase the blood supply. DHA says this is only the beginning, as more blood donors are expected to come forward in the coming months. At present, 45% of the blood collected by the Dubai Blood Donation Centre goes to the treatment of more than 400 registered thalassemia patients. Khadija Salih has this report.
Dubai resident Zakir Valapil received a text message informing him of a requirement for a blood donor. According to him, he donates blood at least twice a year at the Dubai Blood Donation Center at Al Wasl Hospital. Though the center has already received blood from 80,000 donors, only 40% of them are regular.
It's a good deed. In fact, when you look at there are people who in need of blood, and they are in a health situation where you can make a decision that you save their life. So which is a good deed, and I'm always happy and I'm satisfied when I give my blood, and when I step out I feel content.
According to DHA officials, they are looking for more people such as Zakir. At present, thalassemia patients are the major consumers of donated blood in the UAE, with each one requiring 12 donors to survive. Thalassemia is prevalent in the country. It is a blood disorder that brings down the number of normal blood cells in the patient's body. Those afflicted spend a lifetime receiving blood every 3 weeks, and most of them undergo blood transfusion from the age of 6 months.
The campaign is just to initiate and launch the idea, but the idea will keep on going through the year. Whoever feels that he wants to go for this work and he wants to participate, he can communicate with the center and call. Either they can call the reception on 04 219 3221. Or sometimes they can approach the center itself, which is in Al Wasl Hospital, and say that I want to participate in this project. The plan is to introduce the donors to the patients. So the file of the patient will include 12 donors, and they are assigned to him, and he knew that these people donating for him, they are identified to each other. So there will be like a loyalty to donate, a friendship.
The registered number of patients at the Dubai Thalassemia Center is at 420, comprised of 40% Emiratis, 40% Asians, and 20% from other Arab countries. With 1 in every 12 people in the UAE carrying the thalassemia gene, officials say the number could climb up to 1 million. Thus, the center has a requirement of procuring 15,000 units of blood annually to serve the thalassemic community. In addition to this, the DBDC also provides blood to 27 hospitals across the city and the other emirates as and when needed.
We are looking for O positive and A positive because at the moment the stock is a bit dropped down, so we need it. But with the idea which we proposed, the sponsoring of thalassemia patient, we are looking for all groups which is matching with the 420 patients we have.
The loyalty program launched to encourage the community to donate blood regularly will also see numerous mobile blood donation campaigns across the public and private sectors. Thus, officials hope this will instill in everyone the culture of giving with the knowledge that one's blood could save other people's lives. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
Looking abroad now to Pakistan, more than 350 people have been killed and over 8 million people have been affected this year by floods in Pakistan that in parts of the Sindh province are even worse than last year when the country saw its worst ever deluge. Heavy monsoon rain in southern Pakistan is in many ways hitting children worst of all, according to the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. The UN Children's Fund says children are among the most vulnerable in this kind of situation. Up to 2.5 million children have been affected by severe monsoon floods in southern Pakistan, and UNICEF says more help must reach them fast before the situation worsens. Pakistan's National Disaster Management Authority has said 2 million Pakistanis, mostly children, have fallen ill from diseases. According to NDMA, malaria, diarrhea, skin disease and snake bites were among the health problems facing victims across the 23 Sindh districts. The UN's Children Agency has pledged to distribute 200,000 litres of water to 40,000 people daily and deploy 40 more water tankers soon to avert further disease. And Mexican troops raided what they call the largest ever drug laboratory discovered in the western state of Jalisco, according to officials on Friday. Police uncovered the elaborate laboratory after a tip-off from a citizen. Housed in a 4-story ranch with storerooms of 30 by 50 metres, the laboratory is estimated to house hundreds of millions of dollars worth of drugs destined for the United States. Police uncovered 133 tonnes of chemical substances and 180 kilos of crystal drugs. Authorities have yet to determine the owners of the drug lab, and no arrests have been made as yet. Up next, we have the day's business news for you, so stay with us.